Hello and welcome back to another session of Late Night Games. Once again, we are playing Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. And where we left off, there was a hell of a lot of story going on. We met up with the last of the Jedi, so she calls herself, here at an old Jedi training facility with her guards. My team is currently in jail cells, and we also saw the big bad, or at least who I assume is the big bad. That being said, without further ado, let's get started. On a side note, I really want my lightsaber back, and that girl has my lightsaber. So I'm gonna go see if I can get my lightsaber back by talking to the girl who has my lightsaber. Dun 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 dun. To the meditation chamber go. Cold to the touch. There seems to be no conventional means of opening it. Ah, you have to use the Force. But of course, my guy's a little too dumb to think that, because he's an exiled Jedi and not very good at this being a Jedi thing anymore. This must be the stone in which he stabbed his lightsaber once upon a time. If you recall that story. That was something from yesterday. I don't have my weapon equipped. Yeah, they made me not carry my normal weapon. Well, I'm re-equipping it. Screw them. It's not a sign of viciousness, it's just me.
Why have you approached me?
I'm looking for my friends.
You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
Then shut them off and free them.
It is not part of my duties. Free them yourself. Then you must leave this place.
Why did you imprison them? We meant no harm.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent, exile. Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
Who? Atton?
He has had some Ichani training. He masks it well, but when you are in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
Where we would have gotten that training?
I do not know. The Ichani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
That's a good point. Now, keep in mind, Loki Ramos here has no idea about the dark secret that Atton and Kreia were talking about yesterday. The EBON HAWK, where is it?
Your ship is stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place, and permission to return if you remain in her service.
Alright. I have some other questions for you.
You may ask.
I had some questions about Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
Where is Atris? I want to speak with her again.
She is meditating, and she does not wish to be disturbed. Your presence here has troubled her, and I hope you do not choose to trouble her further.
Alright then. I had some other questions for you.
You may ask.
Why do you all look the same?
We share the same father, and we all bear the face of our mother. It is not unusual for the Ichani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
But the one handmaiden who challenged us when we arrived, she looks different.
As I have said, it is not unusual for the Ichani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
So she has a different set of parents then?
If you seek to raise anger in me, you will fail, exile. I tolerate your presence only upon orders of the mistress. She did not order me to endure your questions.
My apologies. I meant no offense.
One cannot take back an action, and often apologizing for it only compounds the insult. Simply drop the matter and be silent.
Alright, never mind. Let me ask you something else.
You may ask.
What do you do here?
We serve the Jedi, and we watch.
Serve what Jedi? There's not many here.
Atris is the only Jedi here, this is true. but the Mistress will bring others in time.
I hope to learn the ways of the Jedi again from Atris.
It is possible, but if so, your road of atonement shall be a long one.
Never mind. I'll be going now. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am way up there in the light side, and I can use the Force. I may not be the greatest of Jedi, because, you know, the whole exile thing, but I'm not incapable. And you know what? Because of your insolence, I'm gonna loot every storage container in your base I can find. I don't care if it's your food to get through the winter, I'm taking it. It will be mine. Open. Not sure what that was. Let's take a look, actually. It was a new belt. A hyper adrenaline amplifier. Save reflex +3, dex +1. That would be good for Atton when Atton gets back. An Atric SD belt. A sound dampening belt. Okay, that's the one that gives additional stealth. And protects against sonic damage. Because, well, sonic is sound, and it dampens sound. It makes sense. Trust me, it does. I'm not making shit up here.
Did you find what you came for?
A woman from my past has made this place her home. I did not expect to see her again.
I felt as much. Quite strongly, in fact. I suspected there was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
The woman here is a Jedi, Atris, one of the Council.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atris, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
Aren't the handmaidens students?
No. Her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
How do you know that? Were you reading their minds?
Invade the mind of another. It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
Let's talk about it on the way out of here.
Very well. Let us depart.
Is Atton okay? He looks out cold.
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
He can sleep on the ship. Let's go.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
There's nothing to apologize for. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
A Jedi Academy, concealed in the northern pole of Telos.
This must be where I had detected the energy readings before, and the drain to the restoration shields. This room, this place, it looks part of a huge polar irrigation system, possibly planet-wide, like the one on Coruscant. I'd been told by the Republic that it was not in use.
This'll be your new home if your wounds could slow me down. No, ow, no, I'm not saying that. Are you well enough to travel?
I am, General. If you wish, I may travel with you, or join you at the ship.
Meet me at the ship and prep it for launch. We're leaving as soon as we can.
Very well, General. I will await your arrival.
The two party members left are Atton and Kreia. Bowder will meet you at the EBON HAWK.
Mistress, you summoned me. I have a task for you. The exile is dangerous. I'm concerned that he was able to return to Republic space and reach Telos without my knowledge.
Mistress, the Harbinger was lost in transit. It was our failing.
What is done, but now I need you to travel with him.
Mistress,
I realize what I'm asking of you, and I am asking that you keep your purpose a secret, even from your sisters. I need someone to watch the exile closely, and let me know if he contacts the Sith. More importantly, I need you to study him closely. I need to know what he thinks, what he does. Become part of his group, earn his trust, get him to confide in you.
I will do as you ask, Mistress.
Not very Jedi-like.
The exile did not seem to pose a threat to us.
Ah, but he does. Do not be fooled by the exterior. It is his nature you must beware. He fell to the dark side once. He will do so again. I am trusting you with this task, last of my handmaidens. Do not disappoint me. The galaxy The Jedi may depend on it.
I gained influence with Bowder, and I also gained light side points. Talk to these guys.
Hey, you're back with us. We were just on our way to rescue you from those ghost women when, we got locked up.
You okay? You look disoriented.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. How did things go with the Jedi here? Are you all done?
If by done you mean allying ourselves with them, then yes, we're done.
Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to hear.
You've done enough, Atton. You can go if you want.
No, I was just complaining. I'm with you until things start going better for you. We need to stick together, you know? And who knows? I might be able to help you out of a tight spot at some point.
Thanks, Atton. I appreciate it.
Hey, don't mention it. It's my pleasure.
Alright then, let's go.
Let us keep moving. There is nothing more to be gained here.
I want to explore a little longer, and then we can go.
Very well, but we should not remain here too long.
Yeah, Kreia. I'm not done looting these people. Another strength enhancer. That's good. I like those. Those are good for my melee characters. In fact, I may give one to Kreia. Make her a little more effective with the Force. More handmaiden sisters. Let me through. Let me through. I want to explore. Explore. Ooh, another plasteel cylinder. Loot. A Bodon ally heavy suit. That'll be good for a heavy person. Who'd have thought Atton would have actually been a badass special ops person from the past? And I have a funny feeling the thing he did and the reason why he doesn't like Jedi is he's killed a Jedi in the past. That's just my guess. But it would be a good reason not to like Jedi and to be wary of Jedi and worried, because if a Jedi reads his mind, it would be all like, oh my god, I killed your kind and now you're gonna kill me in revenge and Hacky hack. Hacky hack on the hack-a-sack. What surprises me if Enichi training makes someone strong against the Force, the fact that Kreia can so easily take over his mind. Frag grenades, lots of money, and lots of random equipment. All mine. All because these hand sisters pissed me off by keeping my lightsaber. You know, she wants to hold on to my lightsaber for a little longer. That's fine by me. Oh, it's a turbolift seal, which will take me to the hangar, so I'm going to continue exploring the upper area first. T3M4!
Well, if it isn't the one who stole the EBON HAWK. Not so smug now, are you little thief?
Don't be a fool. Atris stole the ship and the droid.
Says you.
T3, are you alright? It wasn't your fault they took the ship, T3. Hold on. What information are you talking about? Why would she want what's in your memory core? You can fill me in later. Let's get back to the ship. Let me get you out of there first. We'll see you at the EBON HAWK. Poor little guy. Sounds like you got a memory wipe on him. Energy shield. Let me see what I can give Kreia. Alright, so we gave Kreia a strength harness, and we gave Atton the harness that increases saving throws and dexterity to make him that much harder to kill. I like when Atton's hard to kill. He already keeps coming back to life, and if it takes longer to kill him in the first place, that's double the win for me. The Ebon Hawk! Oh, the Ebon Hawk! Let me steal what else they have left. A Trandoshan sword. Is that better than what I'm carrying? It's not upgradable, but it's 5 to 16, which is far better than a basic vibroblade. So you know what, Kreia? You are getting a Trandoshan sword. 5 to 16 plus 15 if she gets a critical. But it's only on a 20. What is it with the Vibro Sword? 4 to 14 plus 14. 5 to 16 plus 15. Yeah, that's... Oh, that's pretty. That is a really pretty sword. But hang on. Why is she holding it with the second hand of her stump? That's just lazy animating, people. Lazy, lazy animating. Now, an example of really good animating with a character who has a stump arm. One of the Dragon Ball Z games. Let's enter the Ebon Hawk. As I was saying, one of the Dragon Ball Z games has... Oh, let's watch the cinematics. Yeah.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens is not among us.
She has left with the exile.
Left? But why? Her oath.
Her reasons are unknown to me, but I fear she may no longer be trusted. We will save her if we can, but we must let her discover the exile's nature for herself. Some evils must be confronted, and isolation from it would have been no defense.
Wow. Wow. That woman's definitely turned. She's definitely fallen. That's dirty.
Well, now that we're off that Dejaric board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
What is it, T3? Slow down. I didn't catch the first part. You downloaded Atris's archives? Way to go, buddy!
What is the machine saying?
He's saying he kicks ass, is what he's saying. He said there's a holo record of my trial in Atris's records.
We seem to have found it.
Do you know why we have called you here?
You have called me here for my crimes on Malachor 5.
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
I realized that following Revan to war was a violation of the Jedi Code, and I broke it, knowingly defying the wishes of the Council.
It is good you recognize this. It means you will understand why you must leave us. We feel that your true understanding of what happened at Malachor 5 will only happen in time, and it cannot happen here, near the battlegrounds where you fought.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Much defiance in that one.
You are correct, Kavar. When he was here, I felt it. It was as if he was not there, more like an echo.
Revan's influence has grown amongst the youngest of the Order. He speaks to their passions, not their sense. The war has touched them. Many of them have found themselves in the war against the Mandalorians.
It is as I feared. And I fear that we have played into the hands of the enemy.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. He has lost himself. He is no Jedi. He walked Revan's path, but he was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
We are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. He has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let him depart. He will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with him, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let him go because we must. Where he travels, he carries his destination with him.
Malachor 5 should have been his grave. You saw it in his walk, and in the Force. It was as if he was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and he cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told him the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believe was true. There's still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years, we will call him before us and explain what happened to him, and how he may be healed. Until then, he must accept his journey.
But he may never discover the truth, and he will never know why we cast him out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
Those last moments after my trial, I had no idea. Keep searching the archives. There may be more information in there. Atris has a list of all the missing Jedi? Sure, display it. I knew all those Jedi Masters.
A strange coincidence.
It is no coincidence. There is some larger plan at work here, and we are walking into it. This is too convenient to be anything but a trap.
Be that as it may, we need their help against the Sith.
Those are Atris's records you have stolen.
What the hell are you doing on our ship?
I have come to join you. I can help you against this threat.
Well, we don't want your help. Or any of your sisters.
If it comforts you to believe that, then so be it. But the enemies you face are many, and you will need all the help you can get. It is just me, and I am doing this because Atris believes you will need help.
Do you think we need help?
I think the strength of the enemy is unknown, but it is greater than 5 can hope to defeat without aid.
When you put it like that, welcome aboard.
Indeed. But of course, what does one more matter to our journey? I have had enough of this. I will be in my chambers.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in my chambers. But since I don't have any, I guess I'll just go to the cockpit like I always do. If she's coming with us, she gets the cargo hold. Might remind her how fun it is to get locked up.
General?
The cargo hold is enough. I assure you, there is little I need. I will attend to myself.
Don't let them bother you. We've just been through a lot.
It is no matter. I am used to worse conditions, but thank you for your kindness.
The handmaiden to join your party. She has Inachi's defense, which protects her against melee attacks, and is an excellent unarmed fighter. Sweet, I don't even have to give her weapons. She just fights on her own.
General, is there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
Atris and the Jedi Council took it from me.
That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one, if you wanted to, but you know that.
And why wouldn't I?
I don't know, General, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
Very well. To begin, there are some parts I'll need.
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
Since when did you become an expert on lightsabers?
I spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
For the last time, no. Because you're programmed to force your opponent to go first, and nothing will convince me the computer doesn't cheat. Even if I didn't have to go first and somehow I didn't suspect you of counting cards, I still wouldn't play with a trash compactor.
Oh.
Yeah? How many credits?
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior.
Oh god. I kind of want to end it off here, guys, but it's not letting me out of conversation, but I'm loving these droid bits. Maybe he's just worried about your skills.
If it wasn't for me, we'd all be floating in space. I think I can handle a few repairs to your circuits.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Good. Now let's get started. You wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot. I'll bet. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
He's received a permanent +2 to his constitution. Alright. And that is that. So, we now have an ability to build a lightsaber soon. We have a crew of 6 now. We have everyone on the EBON HAWK. I've got my ship. I've got my people. Life is good. And this is where we're going to end it off for today, folks. Tune in next time as we rebuild my lightsaber and go in search of the Jedi to help stop the Sith. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with all our releases. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit a like on this video, really helps us out. And leave any comments or criticism you have in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.